Welcome back to the Big Share. And once again, I would like to say congratulations for our 8 to 9 Power Hour. And we had the most raised was REAP Food Group and the most donors, Tenant Resource. So once again, congratulations to you both. And at this time, I would like to introduce the Black Advocacy plus Liberation Work Live Talk with Urban Triage. This peer talk with Jasmine Haygood. In their words, Urban Triage Incorporated was founded and rooted in the idea of for the people, by the people. Their goal is to empower Black families and children by developing and managing life-changing programs and mobilizing community resources to distribute them to those most in need. Today, we are joined by Jasmine Haygood, the Executive Assistant of the CEO, and Ruth Anna Hutton Opaleke. I think I got that right, you guys. Yay! Jasmine Haygood serves as the Executive Assistant to the CEO at the Urban Triage, and Ruth Anna Hutton Opaleke runs the agricultural program at the Urban Triage. In the first of our peer interview chats today, Jasmine and Ruth Anna will discuss the importance of Urban Triage's agricultural program, as well as their organization and personal approach to Black advocacy and liberation work across the board. We are so excited to have you all here and look forward to hearing this conversation. Thank you both.
All right, I guess we can start off, and I'll ask you a little bit about what you do, Jasmine, at Urban Triage.
What don't I do? I wear a lot of hats. So I feel like I am one of the main communications through Urban Triage in terms of setting up partnerships, any consulting and training through CEO Brandy Grayson. She has a spitfire about her. She does a lot of advocacy work, and she works very hard to make sure that our people have what they need in kind of a system that is sometimes built against us in a lot of ways. And what that entails is our different departments within Urban Triage. And so that's like our homeless outreach program, where we're connected and partnered with other organizations to find people housing through our rental assistance program. We also have a team that deploys and goes out on the street, serves hot meals to people within the homeless population, or as we call it, our Unhoused Neighbors Initiative, because you never know if someone is without a home. And so we try to do as much work as we can, and our rental assistance program is huge, and we've served and housed a lot of different families and helped people with rental assistance. And we also have your agriculture program that will be launching pretty soon. Do you want to tell us a bit about the work that you do within agriculture?
Sure. As the agriculture program lead, I am running all of the programming in regards to agriculture. So for this upcoming spring, we will be doing a Supporting Healthy Black Agriculture program at the Farley Center in Verona. And so we're hoping to have 15 to 20 families out there. And it's an introduction to gardening. We're going to learn about the history of Black people in agriculture and kind of where it is today, because there have been vast changes in the last decades for Black people in agriculture. And actually there's only, according to the census, 73 Black farmers in Wisconsin. Wow. Out of 88,000 market producers. So another goal we have in the agriculture program is to increase that number, because it is pretty small. And we want to give Black people the opportunity to experience agriculture and develop in that field if they would like to, and we would support them along the way.
I think that's awesome. Mm-hmm. You want to share a little bit about how you got involved in agriculture?
Sure. I always have been exposed to agriculture, which not a lot of people necessarily have, especially if you grew up maybe in Madison. I didn't grow up in Madison. I grew up north of Madison in Green Lake, Wisconsin. So I lived in a really rural area, a very small town. And that was my first exposure to agriculture. All of my neighbors had farm animals or farmland where they grew crops. So I always, from the time I was very little, loved being outside in the garden and just like eating straight out of the garden and playing in the dirt and finding worms. So that's where my love of agriculture was born. And then it kind of followed me throughout college. I would garden in the summers when I lived on campus up at my university, or I would garden at my parents' home when I was back home on break. So yeah, and then I continued on after college. I joined the Peace Corps and I was an agriculture extension agent. And I worked with farmers in Cameroon, which is Central Africa, even though it is the most northwest Central African country. So it has a climate very similar to other West African countries. And I worked with farmers for 2 years. I worked on improving their crops, different integrated pest management solutions to increase their yields and profit and that sort of thing. So when I came back to the United States, I was really missing like working with farmers, and I found this opportunity at Urban Triage, and it put two things that I love so much together, so I applied right away.
Yeah, and we're really excited to have you on our team, and I think that you've been working really hard these last couple of months, and I feel like when we finally launch the program, it's going to be something amazing, and parents and kids will really be able to bond with their parents and really understand the way of the land and how we lived before, how we have most of the industries now.
Yeah.
And then if we want to just kind of talk about like why Urban Triage is so important, and I can touch a little bit on that too.
Sure.
I feel like we do a lot of the here and now work, and I feel like that means we meet people where they are. It's not we come with an agenda, we want to work right where we are with people, of where are you now, what resources do you need. And that could be from like our homeless outreach of like just giving simple essential items, like maybe they need a toothbrush, or maybe they need soap, or you know, they need a place to rest their head for the day, or blankets. We try to like really bring about the advocacy work, and that's why we're called Urban Triage, is because we want to be a place within the community where we connect people with other resources that they need in order to get that step up in life, or what they need in terms of next steps, which is why we have some of our work groups as well. We have a Black Wellness program that's going to be launching pretty soon, along with our Supporting Healthy Black Families Masterclass. And what this is that we care for our mental health and our physical health as well, especially within the Black community, since not a lot of people are raised or know about the importance of our mental and physical health. So we are partnered with Nothing Was Given, and we are going to be launching that program. I believe it will be this month. And then our Supporting Healthy Black Families class is more of giving people the steps and tools to kind of rewire how they think about how Black people see themselves in the world, and just that we are powerful amongst ourselves, and that unity is everything, and that we can do everything that we would like to do, but just a matter of giving ourselves the tools to do that, I think, is really important. And then our co-conspirators class too is really important, because it is built around the Supporting Healthy Black Families, of how can you be a better ally and show up on behalf of Black communities within the world too. So I think our work is all about the here and now, and really changing and transforming lives through education. And yeah, so.
Yeah, and as additional support, I think within the agriculture programming, we are expanding to support existing Black farmers in Wisconsin currently. And so we would be supporting them with grant writing, finding like that triage aspect of Urban Triage. We're helping them connect with other resources that are beyond what we offer. So, and we stay with them the entire process that they are going through and help them along the way, because farming is a very difficult field to get into and then sustain yourself within. I think the average farmer makes $17,000 working full time, and then the average Black farmer makes $2,000 working full time. So we really want to help them create sustainable, profitable careers in the industry. So we have a lot of resources going into supporting them in doing that.
And so I know we haven't quite launched the program yet, and you talk about the importance of supplying like Black farmers with what they need and just kind of giving them the tools to have a better income too. So what does it kind of feel like to do this work? Because I know at Urban Triage, we always say we're doing the heart work. So what does it mean for you to be setting up this program?
It means so much to me. I love the farmers I work with and the work that they're doing. Like, they are feeding the community, and in doing so, keeping everyone healthy and able to deal with any like illnesses that come around. So it really is, I think, vital and important that we support these people in this industry because they're taking care of all of us. So yeah, it is hard work. It means so much to me because the work that we do to support them and make their lives more profitable and stable, like, affects everyone around them and the industry too. Like, if we can help set up better ways for them to succeed, like, I'm hoping that'll cause some transformation within the industries because, like, there needs to be some serious changes in agriculture because it's very unsustainable for a lot of farmers. So we're hoping to improve some of that, and that is also, like, I want them to have, like, the best experience ever because I've loved agriculture so much, and I want other people to experience it and want to go into it and, like, be able to sustain themselves with it and the earth.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like, why are we doing this in Madison, do you think? How did this happen here?
It happened when Brandy had the idea of she wanted to kind of create a place where she could provide people with tools to be advocates for the community. And this was after the shooting of Mike Brown. She wanted a place where she could just provide people with consulting and just kind of help them say, like, okay, this is how you can advocate for the Black community. But it has grown into the fullness of Urban Triage with different departments and different programs. And that just kind of started when she was like, it could be more than just advocacy work. It could be actually having transformational classes. It could be anything that helps kind of fight back against the system that is built against the Black communities, because Wisconsin is one of the worst places for a Black person to grow up. And I think with the different fields and different things that are kind of built against us, she wanted something that would kind of help advocate in every area of life. And so I believe that is why she came up with Urban Triage. And we had a huge donation from United Way that kind of made us this real valid organization that really got us to where we are in terms of we were able to get staff. And we were able to grow into who we are with the different departments that we have. She still does offer consulting work, but now it's much bigger, and we work as a huge team to make sure that people's lives, no matter what we do, are better, and they walk out feeling better when they leave Urban Triage. Just any kind of services, we want people to know that we are there with them in it, and whatever support they may need, we are there. So I think that's really important about the work that we do, and just as a whole what Urban Triage is and why we work so hard every day to do what we do. What's my question?
I guess we could talk about, like, what things are coming up, so and how it relates to Big Share. So we're doing this to let the community know what we're doing, and kind of, like, if you haven't checked in recently or heard about what's going on at Urban Triage, we do want to share what is coming up within the organization. So just coming up super fast is that Supporting Healthy Black Agriculture initiative starting this May, but the applications are open now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this can all be located on our website as well. If you go to our work, you're able to fill out those applications, and then normally we would send out an email or some kind of acceptance letters just to let you know you've been accepted into the program, the details about it. And we do this for each of our work groups. So like I was referring to co-conspirators or supporting healthy Black families or Black wellness, It's a place where, for Black wellness, people can come and work out and just have a good time amongst other people within the community and kind of get their physical health back up, and especially in the middle of a pandemic. So I know it's been hard on a lot of people. And so people can come, and you can bring your children as well. We want it to be a space where you can really just be and kind of be like another family in a lot of ways. So we have that. And then for our Supporting Healthy Black Families class, that would be a little bit later in more of like April, May area. We have a master's class for people who have already participated. So we have about 120 graduates from the class who are either who have networked into other organizations and brought those tools and kind of spread that knowledge to other people, or they own their own businesses too. So we're kind of everywhere, the different graduates from the class, and I think the class kind of changed my life in a lot of ways. I feel like Urban Triage has changed my life. I was in the law field before this. I was a paralegal, and I always said that I wanted to help people, but I didn't really know what that meant until I came to Urban Triage. And now it's like, even if I'm sending an email, I know that I am bettering the life of someone else, or helping with steps for someone else's life to be kind of impacted. So I feel like this organization has done a lot of things for me in my life. And I feel like, honestly, I'm a better person today because of Urban Triage and what I've learned from Brandy Grayson.
Yeah.
So
I would say the same. And like Urban Triage offers like so many ways to engage within the community. So they offer all these programs, and you can also volunteer within the organization.
Which is on the website too.
Also on the website, yes. So if you're interested in agriculture, we're going to start doing a lot of the spring work coming up really soon. And I know there's other volunteer opportunities, so you can like engage and connect with different people in the community, especially after this ongoing pandemic. I feel like a lot of people have lost that sense of like the community they're in, and we're all kind of trapped within our family spheres. So I think it's a really good way to engage, and like you can engage with the degrees in which you're comfortable. So there's the application, and you kind of can let us know like what you're able and capable and comfortable with doing, and we support our community in doing that and supporting the rest of our community. Yeah.
So I'm excited. I might have to come to the agriculture program.
Yeah,
come for a weekend and just kind of see.
And you don't need any experience to do that. Like it's a very introductory level gardening program. So yeah, you can just come out and play in the mud with us. We'll be out there.
Yeah, because my grandparents, they had a garden when I was in Minnesota for a couple of years when I was a kid. My grandparents had a garden because my grandpa was raised on a farm in Iowa, and
that's awesome.
So I feel like I really learned the importance of having a garden and just even the mental health aspect of it too, and having several plants at home.
Yeah, several.
Exactly. But I feel like you really get to connect with yourself in a lot of ways too, and there's books about this as well. But I feel like you kind of get to, I don't know, there's a joy and a sense of happiness behind the work that you're doing. And just being able to even like grow food and be like, I can supply food for myself.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, because my grandparents had like a garden of like cabbage and different like vegetables. And I just remember going out there during the summer and being excited to like pick the green beans that they had or peppers that they had, and then being in the kitchen cooking with my grandmother when she make like fried green tomatoes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like agriculture was a little bit in my life.
Certainly,
and
definitely.
I feel like for kids to get that chance to experience that too, I think it'll be life-changing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It might even lead to them having their own farms.
Oh, that's the dream. Yeah, exactly what you're saying is so important, because that's also another reason, like, why are we doing this in Madison? It's because, like, this is an urban area, and just in general, Black people don't have a lot of opportunities to engage in agriculture, gardening, living in urban centers and that sort of thing. So this is just an opportunity for kids to just get outside and grow some food and like just understand the process of growing food and where it comes from, and how to care for it, and then also just the fun aspect of eating it, like preparing food, and like, because so many children today don't actually know where their food comes from. So I think the nutrition aspect is going to be a really large part of the program too. Just letting people know how to grow their food, how to take care of themselves with the food that they grow, and hopefully it will encourage them to grow their own food too.
Yeah, or even inspire their neighbors or their parents to have their own kind of garden, even if it's small at home.
Yeah, and it's great for the environment. It's great for the bees. It's great for so many pollinating insects. And yeah, just a small garden can do a lot for like the environment that you're in. So we'll be working in larger spaces with like a larger scale garden, but we'll also be teaching how to garden in whatever kind of small space you have, even if that's just a pot or just a windowsill. So just, there's so many ways you can incorporate agriculture into your daily life. You don't actually have to be a farmer.
I know, I'm excited to see. And of course, I'm going to come out to the grounds too.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
But yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this is going to go with all the different programs that we're launching. I think this is definitely a year of change and growth for everyone, and I feel like a lot of our programs are going to foster that. And we'll kind of have that community aspect coming back, like you were saying, of just like, oh, this is a place where I can come and be, and like for a couple hours on a Saturday, I can just come and, you know, learn more about plants and or even plant care, vegetable care. I feel like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited to see where the program goes. And
Yeah, I am too, and I'm really excited for some of the partners we have. We have insect ambassadors from UW-Madison. It's run by their graduate entomology students. And they're going to come out and they're going to do an insect program with us. So if you're scared of bugs, at the end of it, you should not be. That's
I might
the goal.
have to come. I'm not scared of bugs. I was that kid. I had like a bug catcher in school.
Oh,
and I used to
okay.
have like a little, it was like a
Perfect.
necklace like bug catcher, and I would have crickets in it.
Honestly, I think their program is focused towards children, but I think they're going to be helping us adults more than they're going to be helping the kids.
I'll sit with the kids and learn. I mean,
I think the parents might be more afraid than the
do we get
kids.
to hold any of the insects?
I think so.
Yes.
I think they might bring some like cockroaches or something.
Oh, I don't want to hold a cockroach, but I will hold a
yeah.
cricket or anything else.
Yeah, and then we'll explore in the garden and we'll look for all the bugs. And the Farley Center has like an apiary, so they keep bees there. And so, like, there'll definitely be some bees around.
I'm not that fun. I will.
They're
watch
gonna
from a
help. Yeah, they're
distance.
gonna help us acclimate to them. So, yeah, but we're gonna be friends with all of the flying insects this summer, hopefully.
I'm very excited, though.
Me too.
This is like my inner child just coming back out.
I think so.
I'm
I think
super
that's
excited.
exactly what gardening brings out in people. Like, there's the initial work, but then after that, it really is just like you just go in and you watch the plants growing and changing colors, and then it's just exciting, and you get to like see all of the biodiversity that the garden attracts. So
The beauty of nature. Maybe it'll even like kids will want to go to camp or like go camping and stuff. I know I enjoy camping and like hiking too.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe it'll inspire a lot of different things for the kids and their parents too.
yeah, just the amount of time you spend out in a garden, I think really, like, you are just in nature. And so I think just the exposure to being outside for like significant periods of time really has like a really great and positive impact on people, and certainly has on me, because like I can't, like, I think once you kind of start, it's really hard to stop. Like, you get addicted to that fresh air and delicious
Being away,
produce. Yeah.
the quiet, and just being one with nature, I feel like is so important, because we're always inside and we're focused and caught up in the busy day of the everyday life. Especially as adults, I feel like it's kind of a challenge to have that separation of like time with just yourself, or even like meditation and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe this will kind of incorporate that into it, and kids will even learn healthy ways to just be and like just sit outside by themselves and just have that quiet, even outside of schools. I know school can be hard on kids too.
It can be, especially like in this last year. I think just some calm would be good for everyone, and I think just getting out in a garden is a great way to do that. And it affects so many things in the environment, and it has such positive impacts. So we're really going to try to like really hit on that and make sure people understand, and then hopefully help them set up their gardens too, is the goal.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really, so keeping with the podcast theme.
I don't have any details about the podcast right now.
But we're working on a podcast.
Yes.
And hopefully that'll help like engage.
We're working on that. And any kind of like documentary kind of to just kind of showcase our work and the importance of it and what we're doing. So that will probably be within the next upcoming months. So these are a lot of things that are in details and kind of in the works for us too. But it's going to be an awesome year, and we're launching a lot of different things, or even our youth program that we're launching in Milwaukee too, just for kids to kind of connect with like art and hip hop and relate it back to our culture, and just the freedom of expression is going to be so important too for a lot of kids. So we're trying to really get into the community and really have an impact on people's lives. So we're pretty excited. But
Yeah.
details are coming. That is the update I have right now.
Yeah.
Details are in the works.
Yeah.